that's a younger Danan. So you guys got to see the baseball hat, and it looked like there was some gray in my beard, but that was just the lighting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I didn't
That
see
wasn't
it.
really
I didn't
good.
see that. I didn't see it.
That's what I tell
you know how
people
my
all
barber
the time,
gets
too.
a good tip? If they get all the gray.
Yeah. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm sure too. You could probably run a couple routes for Mahomes, and the way he throws the ball, I'm sure he'd get it close. You could get it. You could bring it in, right?
The routes that I can run right now better consist of nothing over 10 yards.
All right, 3rd and 6. We'll have you run a comeback.
I'll
to
say,
the sticks.
don't worry. I think Bieniemy and Reed got a ton of screenplays in there. You're good to go, man.
That means I'll have to run after catching. I need something that's gonna allow me to catch it and fall down.
Hey, I got a question for you. You were talking about Gerbach and Gannon and that situation, and Marty Schottenheimer. Was that I don't know if you'll answer this or not, but I'm going to ask it. Was that a front office move, or was that Marty's move to bring Gerbach back in?
It was totally the front office.
Oh.
It was a situation where, if you remember, back then, kind of big money. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm going to say they signed Elvis for 3 years, $18 million or something like that. And the belief is when Rich came in and played really well and got us to that top 2 seed, if he would have started the playoff game and we would have won, there would have been no going back to Elvis.
Yeah. Wow.
But at the same time, Marty did believe that you don't lose your spot by injury. So I'm sure there was a little bit of a blend, but I think it was more of a business decision than a football decision.
Well, and I want to thank you for answering that, because I personally, I've always wondered about that, because I'm 53. I remember those 90s well with Marty and everybody. You guys were great and fun to watch. It was the rebirth of the Chiefs again. But,
a lot of crazy business decisions happen that a lot of people don't realize. Because we believe in the purity of sports, we want to believe that everything is copacetic and everything is, you work hard and things happen. I've seen some crazy stuff with teams and players and not starting guys because of incentive clauses, so they don't reach bonuses.
Yeah.
Plays for teams where they may be out of the playoff race, and all of a sudden there's a different personnel and different play calling, so guys don't get certain yardages and catches and pass attempts to get bonuses. So that's kind of the game within the game, the dark side.
Yeah, as we always say, life's not always fair, and for Rich Gannon, it wasn't very fair for him here in Kansas City.
He deserves to play.
I got one more question for you. We were talking about Bellamy earlier, right? First of all, that man should be a head football coach right now in NFL.
Yeah.
No question about it, right? I'm sure you agree with that.
Absolutely.
Do you, if you're him, because I saw something from Coach Reed the other day that said, hey, if this thing takes him into his 70s, he's got his quarterback. Do you stick around if you're Bellamy and wait that out, or do you take an opportunity that may not pan out to where you're like, I go to Cleveland or whatever, just to name a team that you don't really know how that's going to pan out, or do you stick around and then take over a program that you've been a part of building up to the championship level?
So I'll answer it this way. I don't know if becoming a head coach is for everybody. I think you can see a lot of examples throughout the course of time where guys have made their way. Heck, we had a guy, rest in peace, Gunther Cunningham, who was an outstanding defensive coordinator and not very good as a head coach. And he was able to go back and be a defensive coordinator. not saying that Eric Bieniemy will not be a great head coach, because I do believe that he will be. But I don't know if there's an automatic rush to ascend to a head coaching position when you're in a great position as a coordinator on a Super Bowl caliber team every single year. You look at Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. How long did it take for Matt Patricia, Romeo Crennel, Josh Daniels, McDaniels? How long did it take for that tree to kind of sprout its own leaves? Several years. So I want the best for Eric, because I've known him since I played against him, and I think that he'll be a great head coach somewhere. He'll be a great man of men.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And if that means he's going to be a head coach and that's what he wants, then I'm 100% behind him. But if he wants to stay a coordinator for a little longer, then I'm behind him there too.
Well, and to Gunther's defense a little bit, times really changed when he got that job. You know, Derek Thomas, I think, didn't Neil Smith go to Denver about that same time too?
Yeah, well, Neil went in 1997, so I played against Neil in Denver when they won 97 and 98, when they won the Super Bowls. So he was gone already. Gunther came on, and then Derek obviously passed away the next year. So there was some definite change. But to my understanding, I don't think he was really seriously in the mix for a head coaching job after that anywhere else. He was always a coordinator, and I think he just kind of realized that that's what he wanted to be. He didn't want to do the press conferences. He didn't want to do all those extra responsibilities as a head coach. Probably he just wanted to be a football guy.
Yeah, and I liked hearing you talk a little bit about, the business side of things. I spent a couple years coaching at Avila University here in Kansas City, a small NAIA school, and that's where I really, even at that level, just to get exposed to, kind of that business side of it, even though it's very minute compared to what in the NFL. But, that's what I love about high school football is, I just get to coach my guys, and the guys that work hard, are the guys that are going to get in on Friday nights for me.
Yeah, I think there's different ups and downs, inside idiosyncrasies that are involved in coaching on any level, whether dealing with senior. Coach can attest. You got a senior that has worked hard up until a senior year, has potential, but then you got an upcoming freshman or a sophomore that has some ability. There's a decision to be made.
For sure.
Might not be a popular one, especially with kids nowadays that want to transfer at the blink of a hat.
Right.
Yeah. You got the same situation in college football, dealing with recruiting, and the business side of filling the stands with local talent, but also being able to extend your net to other states to bring in the talent. And then at the NFL level with salary caps and draft positions, and who you should play because of the business side, there's always going to be something, and that's what makes a coaching job so difficult, and I don't think they get enough credit for all the things that they juggle.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, but we always have one more question for all of our guests. It's a tough question. You may have to think really hard. You may have to dig deep.
Oh boy!
What is your favorite barbecue in Kansas City?
Ooh, see, I'm a really, really picky eater.
Oh,
really, like a really picky eater, not a healthy eater, just a picky eater.
okay.
So I like Jack Stack. I like the burn ends there. I like the burn ends at Q39. I like the ribs at Gates. I like the ribs at Joe's. So it's just kind of what I'm feeling at the time, and also the sides have to be on point.
What's the best?
So,
okay, what's the best side? What's your favorite side? What's the best side? I'll say mine.
I'm
I'll
a
say mine. Give
beans
you the
guy.
example. I like the beans from Jack Stack. What's yours?
Yep. Beans from Jack Stack on point.
Cheese.
I don't eat. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat cheesy corn. So that
Beans.
that doesn't. Yeah, the beans are on point from Jack Stack. The potato salad and the salads from places like Gates and Arthur Bryant's. That's where if I'm feeling my taste buds gravitate towards size, then I'll go specifically to places, even if I have to drive 20, 30 miles.
Gotcha. Man, I like that. That's a cool answer.
Man.
Well, I want to thank Danan for coming on. I reached out to him yesterday. I think it was, I don't remember when it was, but I want to thank you for coming on. I want to plug you a little bit here, too. Danan's with U.S. Bank, usbank.com. His office number, can I give that?
Yeah, go ahead.
816-508-6544. You're in lending there. What kind of lending do you do?
I do home mortgage lending. I'm the sales manager over the Missouri side of Kansas City, so I have several mortgage loan officers that report to me, and we are in the business of helping people achieve their dreams of home ownership and getting them in the right loans under a great bank like U.S. Bank. So you're right, Danan.Hughes at usbank.com is my email, and you heard the phone number, and happy to help people get home mortgage assistance.
Hey, Danan, we'll be. I'm the AD at Lincoln Prep, and I'll be emailing you about some corporate sponsorship very soon, sir.
All right.
Hey, there you go. Hey, ADs are kind of like preachers and priests. They definitely know how to raise money.
That's right, baby. Got a fundraiser.
Hey, amen. Yep.
Got a fundraiser.
So, Danan, thanks again for jumping on with us a little bit. And, it's always good to talk to former Chiefs. Those Chiefs teams in the 90s were really good. And,
Tough.
Right now we've got another really good team here in Kansas City. So it's great for the city. We're glad that you stuck around, and we appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate being on, and always good to talk Chiefs and talk the good old days as well. All the best, guys.
All right,
Awesome.
thanks.
Dan.
Take care.
All right, again, Danan Hughes, former Kansas City Chief, jumping on with us for a few minutes. And we talked to Mr. Ryan Glasgow of Lincoln Prep, Lincoln College Prep, and all the great things that are going on there in athletics with all their athletic programs. Another really good show here today.
That was great. I know.
Yeah.
It was awesome. They had a good
I'm like,
time.
man, I feel like we've been going,
Blended. Blended.
10 minutes, but it's been, probably close to 2 hours here.
Yeah.
But, thanks again for coming on and talking
appreciate
to
it,
us
man.
and
Anytime,
talking about
man.
your kids. And,
Anytime, man.
hey, Lincoln Prep, like I said, they're doing some good things down there. So, I think the hashtag is for the city.
For the
that I
city.
see
For the city
on
10,
a lot of
baby.
the stuff.
Yep.
So,
That's cool.
Definitely check that out. And I mean, like I said, I can't encourage enough people to go down there and check it out on Friday night this fall.
Yeah, just get involved,
if we
man.
get to have fans and.
Yeah, get involved, man. Show
you
these
know.
kids support, man. I mean, they deserve support just like all the kids in the metro area. I mean, they work hard. They're great students. So, I mean, yeah, man, hopefully everybody gets to pack that stadium up this year. If not, still, hopefully we still have a season and move forward, man. Appreciate you guys having me down, man. I'm a sports junkie, so
Cool.
anytime come talk sports, man. I'm always available.
That's why you're AD, not principal, right?
Yeah, that job
Ooh.
is Miss Foster. Hats off to her, man. She does a great job at Lincoln. That's a tough gig.
It
being
is.
a principal, superintendent, especially going on right now, man. That's a tough gig. So yeah, I'll stick to the athletics and coaching stuff.
Yeah, we think we get criticized as coaches, but
Yeah.
those principals and ADs,
Yeah, man,
or
yeah.
principals and superintendents,
Man,
because
they get it.
everybody's
tough.
looking at them.
it's tough. You got to have some thick skin, man.
Yeah.
To handle that.
But yeah, again, appreciate you coming
No
on.
problem,
And,
Yep.
been another great show. Don't forget about DJ Showtime if you need a DJ for your event. He does all kinds of events. even he's done some school dances in the past.
Yeah.
So, if,
Nice.
if you guys don't have somebody you use,
All right.
check out DJ Showtime. Long
DJ
time.
Showtime.
Yeah, long-time
Showtime.
friend. Check him out. Phone number 816-260-2056.